Today we're going to answer the questions, why are my chickens not laying eggs? Let's go!
Welcome to Becky's Homestead.
There are three things that we're going to consider today: age, stress, and diet. We're going to start with number one, age. Not all chicken breeds start laying eggs at the same time. You will get the crossbreeds, which they'll call hybrids, which really they're just crossbreeds. And those, a lot of times, depending on which two they choose to cross, some of them do start laying eggs quite young, quite early, maybe 4 months old. So that is really early. That is like an early layer for those crossbreeds. But if you get the heritage breeds, which I love them the most. They're my favorite. And those are just the good old-fashioned, almost you want to call them heirloom breeds, like heirloom garden seeds, just to give you like an idea of the category. So those chickens, those heritage breeds, a lot of them will start laying later, even 10 months old. Sometimes you'll have them and you're like, it's 10 months old, it's not laying yet. Just wait, just give them time. Whatever kind of chicken you have, it's going to start laying eggs when it starts laying eggs. There's nothing you can do to rush it. There's nothing you can do to hurry it up. Just keep the chicken healthy. Have a little nest box ready that's about 2 feet off the ground, 2 feet or lower. I see some people with nest boxes up here. They'll just build like a wall and there'll be nothing. It'll just be a holes. And I'm just like, oh, that is not the best way to do a nest box. For one, yes, they can flutter up there, but what happens is when the chickens get mature, to jump down from that, they just plop. You can see them, their legs just collapse, you know, and especially if they don't have a long way to flutter down. Like if your coop was huge, it probably could start up here and just flutter fly down to the ground way over there. It wouldn't plop. But if you don't have that much room, you'll see when those chickens get older, they'll plop down and it hurts them. It just hurts them. Just don't even bother. You're better off having a row of chicken nest boxes all 2 feet off the ground. You'll do much better and have much better success. Okay, so number two is stress. A lot of times, you know, we just don't think about what stresses out a chicken. You're like, it's just a chicken. But you do have to take that into consideration if you want great success with your chickens. I keep chickens for eggs. That's why I have them. Also, I love the secondary thing that they eat bugs all over my yard when I let them out. But the main reason I have chickens is for eggs. So I want my chickens happy, healthy, and laying eggs steady. So I have a nice supply of eggs in my house to cook with. Let me just tell you a few things that stress chickens out. Number one, you will have too many chickens in your coop. You have to have a long perch at night. You might be like, well, they can all cozy up together. No, they don't want to cozy up together. You might have 2 or 3 that like each other and that'll kind of crowd in the corner. Or you might have 2 or 3 you think, oh, they're friends, they cozy up in the corner. They really don't. It's because the other chickens are mean to them and push them away and they're like over here in the corner like trying to sleep. So, you know, just because they're together doesn't mean they like each other. Sometimes they're together because the other ones are like, get away from us. So it's always good to have a nice long, let me just tell you what I mean by long. I'm talking 8 feet long. Have a nice long perch for them to sleep on at night. And it's even better if you have 2. So, because if you can fit one 8-foot, you can make it like a ladder. So have one tall one, 8 feet long, and then below that, where they can hop down on that one, have another one. And then they can hop to the ground, and the same getting up. They can get up that way. That way there's plenty of room. And if the top ones are the meanies, and they kick the other ones down, they could always sleep on the second one. They have a choice of where they want to go. Your chickens will be so much happier if you do that. And happy chickens lay a lot of eggs. Another thing that will stress chickens out is a dog, especially a bigger dog, you know, medium-sized to bigger dog. People will be like, oh, it's just my dog is so special and cute. It just likes them and it's just playing with them. Yeah, the dog might think that. Let me absolutely assure you, the chicken does not think it's playing. The chicken is like, yikes, this thing is going to get me every single day of its life. And I've seen people that keep chickens and the dog like goes around the coop barking. And they're like, well, it's okay because the dog can't get them, so it's safe. Yeah, it might not kill them, but it's going to stress them out, so they're not going to lay eggs. So just, if your dog isn't obedient, you should train it. Like when you tell it no, it should stop. So just train your dog and you could have a dog and chickens. That's what I do. My dogs, I make mine were in the military. It's like they better mind me. If I call them and snap my finger, that dog better be over here or up on the porch, whatever I tell it. Like I'm the boss around here. So everybody has to get along. And I'm like the manager that makes sure that happens. So just make sure your dog doesn't sniff around, bark, chase them, any of that. Also, little kids will do the same thing. And of course, the little kids, they want the chicken, they want to get it. And it's hard for them to catch it, so they just kind of end up chasing the chicken. Well, the result will be the same for the chicken. It won't lay well, just because it's just too much stress for the hen. Hens are actually pretty, they like to be pampered. And if you pamper them, they reward you with lots of eggs. Trust me, that's the good part. Okay, so that's stress. So you want to make sure all that. And, like my coop's right here by my house. I wouldn't build my coop over there on the edge of the woods on my property. Like, put it over there because I know every night the deer, there's lots of different stuff over there crackling around. I can hear it myself and so can my mule. Hear it crackling around in the woods. Well, chickens aren't stupid, and so that would so stress them out, even at night when they're trying to rest and sleep. Because chickens need good sleep if they're going to lay a lot of eggs. Okay, so number 3 is diet. Chickens are meat eaters. A lot of people don't realize that. When I tell them at first, they're like, oh, I never knew that. Like, they'll just see them out in the grass, and I guess people think they're eating grass. And yes, they do eat grass, but really what they're looking for are grasshoppers, crickets, lizards. And when they find one of those, woo, it's like when they hit the jackpot. They are like, yay, and they'll fight over it. You'll see them run. One of them will get the grasshopper and the cricket. The other chickens are like running after him like, hey, give me a bite. And so they love meat. So make sure that your chickens get some meat every single day. Some people, can't let their chickens out every day to pick around. And so you're going to have to supplement that. So you can just use any kind of canned meat in the store. Obviously, don't use chicken. But, there's lots of stuff. There's little hot dogs in the can. There's ham, there's just so many. I can't even think and name them all right now, but whatever. You guys all know. If you feed them the meat in the morning, that is when they're actually producing the egg. Because I have a video on how the egg is made and how it goes down the body and each step of it developing. So if you can give your chickens meat in the morning, you are going to be that much further ahead in awesome egg production. We do table scraps. You can do lunch meat. And a lot of people will say, well, I don't add meat because my chicken's free range. But what happens is you would be surprised how many bugs a few chickens can eat. And you'd be like, well, there's got to be plenty out there. Not really. If you let your chickens free range all the time, you will not have a lot of bugs. And certainly you won't have enough to keep the egg production up. So you have to judge that on how big your yard is, how many chickens you have, and you can tell and judge it by your egg production. If you don't have those eggs rolling in, then you need to supplement them with more meat. I hope this helps everybody get better egg production from their beautiful chickens. Thanks for watching. Click the like button and also check out my chicken book. Scott put the link below. Happy homesteading. Bye-bye.